Hello and welcome to the UpLeveled final project presentation, our graduation event number 8 already of our January cohort 2022. And these people have been going through our full stack web development bootcamp and are now closing it and wrapping it up with presenting their final projects to the group, to the UpLeveled team, but most importantly, to employers, companies, guest lecturers, friends, partners, potential hiring partners, and so on in our network that are joining to you today. So to you, for example, and we're really looking forward to see all of their projects polished and nice, and we're actually kicking off now, but some of you have joined before, some of you know what's up now, but what's up next, but some of you have not attended a graduation event before, so I'd like to walk you through a couple of things just so you know what's happening today. And first of all, you probably heard about UpLeveled. You probably signed up for our Fusion platform. You've probably seen that we're providing immersive tech education in Vienna, especially our web development bootcamp that is getting people job ready in development or for development positions in a very short period of time. I'll tell you more about the curriculum in a second. But you have not met the team maybe yet. So if you browse here through the participants, you'll see a lot of people with UpLeveled backgrounds. Most of them are the students graduating today, but there are also some people from the team. So me, for example, my name is Antje. I'm one of the co-founders of UpLeveled, responsible for the participants, their onboarding, and also for our marketing. There's Carl Hockey, our tech lead and the main educator in the program. There's Mathias Angerer, also along with Carl, one of the co-founders, who is probably the one you've been in touch with. And there's Jose, Victor, and Lucas, our teachers and developers who made this all possible for today and who are highly involved in the teaching as well as the Fusion platform that you signed up on. Yes, and apart from that, there are a couple of more people involved. I'm seeing other people joining, so I'd like to get you started with a little bit of insight into what we're actually doing in our program so that you have a better understanding of what people have been going through until this very day today, and what they are actually presenting is the outcome of this program that we put together and we're quite successful with since 3 years now already. This is our full stack program. So that means our students learn front end and back end, as well as anything that you need to tie those things together, like DevOps, Scrum, project management, testing, some computer science background that you need, data structures and algorithms and all these kind of things. We focus on a state-of-the-art tech stack with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, with TypeScript, with Node.js in the back end, with React and Next.js as frameworks, and also with PostgreSQL for the databases and a lot of other stuff that you can see here. But that's not all. What's most important about this program is that we want to focus on teaching people how to assess new technologies in general. So the people that you will see today presenting their most complex projects, because those are not the only projects they build throughout the program, have been going through a very challenging curriculum where we want them to understand what they are doing, be self-aware about their learning habits and how to solve problems, how to build problem-solving skills for themselves, and be able to apply all of this after the bootcamp with new technologies or with diving deeper in the tech stack that they have already acquired. So project-based, very hands-on, very practical, very building-driven is our go-to approach in teaching. And this is something that you can also see in their GitHub profiles, with a lot of repositories that will show different kinds of projects, from back end to front end, from more complex projects, already including databases, until the final projects that you're going to see today. And Apart from that, there's a couple of things that are also important if you actually want to become a developer, which is something that we really take care of also in the bootcamp, is getting involved into best practices and workflows that they will encounter in their future positions. For example, working with Scrum and Agile methodologies, being able to build wireframes in Figma, for example, being able to work with GitHub from day one or even earlier already in the preparation, being able to ask for help, be able to communicate about their code and where they're stuck or where they found a solution and can maybe support others, being able to do a version control using branches on GitHub, and all kinds of other interesting topics that you can find in the ecosystem of building web applications, such as accessibility, designing, UX, maybe IT security, maybe DevOps, wherever their strengths and their sweet spots are. And this is probably also very, very important for you as an employer to understand that if you're looking at one of our candidates, they are usually very, very unique in their profiles, like with the skills they already bring to the table, and with the skills they build during the bootcamp, because we try to be very focused on the individual outcomes and on the individual strengths. And this is something that you will also see mirrored in their projects. All right, we are not the only ones teaching them. Like we have I mentioned the team already, and the team is available to our students all day, all week long for the full program, and trying to support them as good as they can. But we are very, very proud to also say thank you to all the amazing guest lecturers and partners that are supporting our students with their exclusive and knowledge in their respective field. I just want to go quickly through the names, because it's very important to us to be able to work with these amazing people. So there's, for example, Natalie Koretaeva from Erste Bank, Jan Pöschko from Catrix, Adrian Bologno of GitHub, Ramon Huidobro, Sara Vieira from remote.com, Dominic Sepulveda from Ringana, Martin Knecht of Vinobi, David Marab from Kununu, Mitchell Romney from SWOT.io, and also Fabian Hittmann from Moonshiner. Thank you very, very much for contributing to the outcome of our students today. All right, and speaking about the outcome, there's actually so much more to tell you about the program, but maybe we find a little bit of time in between the presentations. One thing that we try to always achieve is be on time, and I'm the main showstopper who could actually ruin that. So I try to not talk too much about UpLeveled now, but hand over to our amazing students and very soon to be graduates today. And get you started with having a look at their final projects. Just a quick heads up so that you know what's happening now. We will now show you the 18 graduates of our January 2022 cohorts. They will have a slot of max 4 minutes per person to walk you a little bit through their background, what they've learned, what the technologies they enjoy the most, the technologies they used in their final project, and to actually show you their final project. So we'll be very short and sweet and focused. Obviously, this should be an appetizer. We want to get you hungry. We want you to get in touch with them. You should, if you feel this is a person that could suit your team, if you're interested in what they build there, if you're interested in their projects, please reach out to them, but please reach out later, because we don't have the time to answer all the questions now. If you have an urgent question because you didn't quite understand what technologies they used, what was the library again that they used for a specific thing, put it in the chat. We will try to answer it if it's a quick answer in between. But if you have a longer question, some kind of things that you're interested in, please reach out to them. Please get in touch. That's what they're also looking forward to. And you will find all their profiles, all their LinkedIn and GitHub profiles, all the contact details, and again, what they're working with and what their background is on our Fusion platform as of now. So the candidate profiles are out now. All right. That's actually it. I'm gonna stop my screen sharing for now because there will be other people sharing their screen now. And the first person always it's always a bit exciting to be the first person and leading the pack, basically. That's quite some responsibility. We are aware of that. But if you're looking for a person who can handle this kind of responsibility, then you're at the right spot, because Kimberly is exactly that. And with this, I want to hand over to Kimberley Blankenhorn.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm super excited to go first. I love going first, as Antje said. First of all, because I'm the first, I just want to say thank you to everybody for taking their time to come and see us. We've all been working very hard, and we're super excited to show you what we have. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we just jump right in. So I prepared a short presentation. This is me. I am Kimberley Blankenhorn. I am looking for front-end development. I really love front-end. I love the design. I like creating beautiful things. And the project you're going to see today is called Foodies United. It's an application that I came up with because I love sharing restaurants, and I love giving recommendations, and I love getting restaurant recommendations from other people. So my past is I have over 10 years of work experience in sales and in management. I actually went to school for broadcasting. I didn't like it because I don't like to work alone. I like to work with other people, but I also was an actor. I'm from LA. It's kind of like it's almost like a rite of passage to become an actor when living in LA. I love to travel, and I love to bake, as you can see here. And I have so much enthusiasm and passion for great front-end design and development, and that is really what I am interested in. For this project, we use a bunch of different technologies. I have used TypeScript, JavaScript, Next.js. We use GitHub. The project is deployed on Heroku. I used Emotion for the styling, obviously HTML, CSS, and Node, and the Cloudinary I used for the picture sharing. And for the wireframing, I designed the layout on Figma, and I used DrawSQL for the schema. So I prepared a short video of just the website and how it works. And basically, this is the start site. So you can see up above, you can register. And I think we're just going to go straight into the tours. You can see that this is where people would display their tours. So you would create a list of restaurants. And when you go on to one, you can basically see their recommendations. And you can decide if you like those, you can add it to your favorites, or you can go and create your own list. But in order to create a list, you need to be logged in. So you either log in or you can register. And the registration page is fairly simple. You have your first name, last name, but it's quite long. So I have already registered one. So we're just going to go ahead and log in. And once you've logged in, you see this is all of your info, and it's all pretty straightforward. And from here, you can go to the list, or you can create a list, or you see your favorites shared below. And if you go to create a list, you just add in a description, and you can then submit it to the list, and then you can just pick it. And after you add the restaurants, you would add them to your chosen list. And after you pick that, then you can then display it down below, and you can just display whichever list you want to show. And that is pretty much it. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, I would love to talk with you. My GitHub and my LinkedIn are here, and they're also listed on the Fusion platform. And thank you for your time. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and hand it back over to Antje.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for going first. And thanks a lot for your cupcakes, because those, I forgot to mention, were amazing. Best in town, definitely. If you see some video recordings, this is because of timing reasons. Some people with, especially with complex projects or a more sophisticated presentation, were just doing a screen recording up front. To prevent that this is taking up too much time. If you're actually putting in the info, you can see the deployed projects on GitHub or on the Fusion platform, so no worries, they are all there. All right. We'll move straight on to the next person, which is someone whom we advised not to go for a game, because games are always super challenging. Like, we try to say that, like, if you want to go for a game, that's tough. Jose, like our Jose, did a game in his final project, and that was tough. So now he's kind of like warning everyone. But this person was not thrown off and wanted to go for it anyway. So had to build the game and meet all our requirements when it comes to a web application. Good job, and looking forward to seeing it. Handing over to Julian.
Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Julian. I'm 24 years old, originally from Tyrol, Austria. I've been living in Vienna for the past 8 years now. My background lays in studying architecture and working in the gastronomy for 1.5 years. As Antje said, my final project turned out to be a game. I've been gaming ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old on the old N60 forum from my brother. And I've ever been hooked on it since then, yeah. And we've moved about 13 or 14 times. Once to Peru for 3 years, which was kind of far off. Like, it's a 25 hours flight. You can't just take a train back to Austria and meet your friends. So gaming kind of was always the #1 thing to keep in touch with all of my friends. So without further ado, I'll share the screen. And starting off, the map was created with a program called Tile. So you basically have to place every block manually, put it in some properties like collision, etc., so you wouldn't just run over them. As the character animations, I used free texture packer. You just pack in a few pictures and animate them. I hope you can see it, it's kind of small. As the technologies, I've used Next, Phaser as the game engine, CSS, of course, Postgres as the database, and I'm gonna just jump into the register. Let's say example 4, I've used all the other examples. 3, register, you get taken to the login page. It's kind of wacky because I did this in like the last 6 hours, so bear with me and excuse no CSS. So as soon, oh my God.
You had a typo in the original one, yeah, like this.
Oh wait, I'll register again. So, and as soon as you log in, you get taken to the game. This is the starting screen I've created. You press left click and you can jump right in. There's sadly no profile due to lack of time, but basically the gist of the game is to survive as much as you can. It gets kind of hard at some point. You can run around, open chests. These are object layers in the tiled editor. And as soon as you get hit, you get pushed back, you lose a heart at the top left. And as soon as you die, the death animation comes in, game over, you press left click and can start again. And this is basically it from my side. Thank all of you for participating. Super excited, as you might have noticed, and I'll pass right back on to Antje.
Great job, Julian. You get extra props for amazing what technologies you used while playing the game. This is extra hard, and I also felt like everyone could relate when you said the game is basically you just want to survive, because I think that's what everyone felt the last 12 weeks. So very, very relatable. Another relatable thing is what Alexandra came up with in her final project, because she encountered some workflow issues in her former work position, and thought, why not build a solution for that? I can also see how this is something you could use for a lot of different other applications. But let's let her show that by herself. And looking forward to your project. Stage is yours, Alexandra.
Yeah, hi everyone. So let's share screen. So my name is Alexandra, as Nancy said. I was born in France, as you may hear. I came in Austria 10 years ago. I did my bachelor in France. Then I started working in logistics in Austria, in Innsbruck, while doing my master. So basically I worked in Europe, but I was also 2 years in Canada. I worked in a research institute in the financial department. That was really interesting. I saw a lot of different things, and it was also really challenging when the COVID hit. So my project is called Where Are My Palettes? So it has been done with React, Next, TypeScript, JavaScript, PostgreSQL, Motion. The DB schema was made with SQL. So this project is related to my last experience in logistics. I wanted to create this app to solve a problem that we really often were faced to at work. So sometimes we had loads with Euro pallet exchange. So in a nutshell, that means that at the loading place, the truck comes with empty pallets in the trailer and exchange it with the goods. These goods, usually it's alimentary products, are offloaded in another warehouse in exchange to the empty pallets. So it should be the same amount of pallets in and out, but sometimes there are some problems. For X reasons, we don't get back the same amount or not at all. So that's why this is your solution to keep track of the pallet that you are changing. On this website, so we can sign up, we can register, we can log in. So let's log in. So next we will be redirected, to the dashboard, where we can see our state of pallets in and out. Then, we have a lot to check today. So yeah, it's the date of today. Other loads and another for today. So let's update. When we know how many pallets we got back, let's update the amount and save it. So then a load disappears and goes into the archive page that we will see later. We can see different things. So let's add a load. We can put all the information that we need. All the addresses, the reference, if we have one, the truck number, so truck and trailer, the date that we pop up in calendar, and of course the amount of pallets. Then we will be redirected to the page of the load with all the details that we just entered. So back to the dashboard, the state has been updated. On the dashboard, we can also delete the load. Then a pop-up will appear asking if we are sure, and we confirm to delete. So this is the archive pages page, where we can see the past loads. All was good with the green cross. But if something is not okay, if we receive less pallets than supposed to, it will be a red cross for missing. So, well, all is done. We can just, when the work is done, we can log out. And that's it for me. So thank you very much for your attention, and don't hesitate to contact me on the social media. Thank you.
Great job there, Alex. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and you were already pointing out that was kind of tough with the pandemic, and that's actually something that also has an impact on the choice of topics people are picking for their final projects. And so you will see a lot of projects today that are related to how to spend more time with people, how to find other people, how to be in touch with people, or travel, or put together your favorite restaurant list, and so on. And someone who can also really relate to that, because who would know better than someone who traveled the world before the pandemic hit, is our next person, build an amazing application to get people together, and that's Katharina. Looking forward to your presentation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katharina Jäger. I studied international development at the University of Vienna, and I worked as a flight attendant for the past 5 years, but I was still kind of looking for something, what I wanted to do. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I was just super happy to find UpLeveled. I came across them and I knew this is it. And I was right about that. It has been awesome starting something new. My app is a progressive web app. It's called Buddies, and the idea is that users can select from a list of activities what they're interested in. Based on their choices, they will then be matched with other users. They can create small group chats, but before I show you all of that, I will just talk about the tech for a minute. As I said, it's a progressive web app. It's built with Next.js and deployed on Heroku. I use Postgres for the database and GraphQL server and client for the API routes. I wrote it in JavaScript as well as TypeScript, used emotion for the styling, and I did the chat functionality with Ably. I end-to-end tested it using Just Puppeteer. I'm going to show you a little video of all right. So this is the page. I'm just going to go ahead and sign up as myself, actually. I'm new to climbing, and I'd like to find some people who would like to do that with me. I then also have to choose some categories of what I'm interested in. I'm going to choose climbing, of course, then just some other things, because based on this, I will be matched with other users. If I have a profile on Gravatar, I can just go ahead and use the same email address here. The picture will show up and I can sign up. This is my dashboard. I don't have any chats yet, so I'll go to my matches and scroll through the other users who are interested in some of the same things as I am. I can see what they've written about themselves, and I can see all the activities that they have chosen. Ella actually sounds cool, so I'm going to start a chat with her. She is trying to get a volleyball group together, and I hadn't even thought of that, but that sounds cool. So I'm just going to give the chat a name and drop her a line and see if she responds. And what a surprise. She can see it on her dashboard. She might just check out my profile first, see what I've got to say, and then she can write back to me. And actually, Ella thinks that it might be a good idea to add me to a bigger group chat, because then she doesn't have to repeat everything in the chat where it's just the two of us. So Ella can go back to the group chat where a couple of other people have already written. She created that chat, so she can also add someone. And I can head back to my dashboard and join that conversation, introduce myself to everyone, say hi, and then actually I'll just go back and delete the chat with Ella because I'm connected with her now anyway, and I'll be redirected to my matches, but actually I'll just log out. And this has been my application. It's been fun making it. And with that, yeah, I want to say thank you for your attention and go back to Antje.
Thank you, Kati. Great project, really cool. It looks nice, and yeah, and some things I maybe forgot to mention, or we didn't have the time in the intro in the beginning. As you can see, all of the projects have a front end and a back end, have a database, usually PostgreSQL. Some people are even using technologies like GraphQL for the data fetching, and they all have user authentication, user authorization. They are tested, unit tested, end-to-end tested, deployed. So those are requirements that we come up with in the bootcamp and that people have to meet for their graduation project. And another person that also has checked all the boxes is Amir. And Amir is one of the other people that also had some time during the pandemic to sit down, calm down a little bit, and reorientate himself and try to see what old and new passions he can find out there. And I'm very happy that he ended up with us, and looking forward to his presentation. The stage is yours, Amir.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Antje. I will just share my screen. I hope you can see it. So, hello, everyone. My name is Amir Vafaei. I'm a former food and beverage manager with a total of 15 years of experience in gastronomy, 5 years in controlling. I was responsible for planning and handling the usage of goods and their KPIs, and 10 years as expert staff and server agent in hotels and restaurants. I'm passionate about music and film production. I had my own production studio until I found myself in web development side of IT. So thanks to UpLeveled, I gained a lot of experience building web applications with impressive features and design. And I would like to invite you also to my GitHub profile, where you can find all my other projects like e-commerce and other applications. Let's talk about a little bit about the final project. This web app is about recipes for dishes that can be prepared with rice. In my case, it's about Persian food. The users can also create their own recipes. As you can see now, the application is already deployed. I designed the idea of the first draft in prototype Figma and used Next.js implementing pages designed with CSS emotion using JavaScript, TypeScript, and PostgreSQL. Let's jump to the page, and I'll talk about the homepage now. You can see the slideshow images, and when we want to go to recipes, of course, we need to log in first. Let's create a user. Let's say Roland. Okay, also Roland. We directly jump into the home page, and now we are able to go to the recipe page. We see here, for example, one of the recipes we have. We are also able to comment down below. Let's say such a nice recipe. Here we go. And let's write another maybe comment down here. Let's say this is my favorite recipe. Yeah. Okay, let's go back again. We are also able to create our own recipe directly from the profile page. Let's say an Austrian food, maybe Reisfleisch. So yeah, maybe for 4 persons, so portion 4, a prep time of 20 minutes, and let's say a cooking time 1 hour. And what we need for that is, of course, lamb, maybe 300 gram, let's say tomato sauce or pasta 10 gram, I don't know, and basmati rice 300 gram, and maybe a piece of onion. So let's create the recipe and jump to the recipe page. Here we can see Roland's new recipe. So we have created one, and of course we are also able to delete our comments and recipes that we have created. Let's yeah, just delete the recipe here. And I would like to also show you what happens when we log out and just log in with another username. Let's go with Amir's username, and also Amir is now able to delete his own recipes. So actually, that's all from my side, and thank you for your attention, and I will hand over to Antje again.
Great job, Amir. Thank you so much. Now I'm hungry. haven't had lunch today, and I like the Persian Austrian fusion. Very good. All right. So all here for the puns today. We have to hurry up a little bit, and I need to hand over to the next person because there's so many more amazing projects today, and we don't want to miss any. Next person. I don't know where that idea was born. Maybe when the group was ordering food in the classroom, and then everyone had to, you know, split the bill and try to see like, oh, I don't have enough money with me. I have cash. I only have the card, and so on. So the usual struggles that you have when you try to order or pay something as a group. And he came up with the most amazing solution. So really looking forward to Florian's presentation.
Thank you, Antje. Hello, everyone. Just give me a second for screen sharing. Okay, so hi, everyone. My name is Florian Görlich. I am 26 years old, and I'm from Vienna. I did my Matura in 2014 here in Vienna with a focus on science and informatics. And that's where I also first developed a keen interest in coding and web development. I then began studying food science and biotechnology, also here in Vienna at BOKU. And during my studies, I have always worked in different companies. My most recent experience was in a brewery here in Vienna. But now I'm very excited that I can present to you what I have worked on in the last months. So let's talk about Splitify. It's an expense splitting web application. And my main intention behind creating this app was that I always found myself in the same situation after a holiday with friends, because it was mostly my part to split up all the expenses in the end. And I said to myself, I'm not going to do it again. I will create an app for this. And that's what I did. I built this app with Next.js and TypeScript. Then I used PostgreSQL for the database, CSS in Motion for styling. I used NodeMailer to send emails, Puppeteer and Jest for end-to-end and unit tests, GitHub and Git for version control and my repository, and Heroku for the deployment. And now I would like to show you a short video how the app works. So we first have to create an account to have access to the application. We then can create an event, for example, a dinner or a holiday. Then you can upload images. That's possible with Cloudinary. And then you can add participants for your event. And for each participant, you can then add expenses. And all the expenses get split up equally among all participants. And on the right side, you can see a bar chart that's made with Chart.js. And we also see the result. We will have a closer look into this at the deployed version later. And in the end, you can send your results to an email recipient if you want the money back from your friends, for example. And when you click on send email, the email gets sent to the recipient. And now let's look at the deployed version. As you can see now, it's now we see the mobile version. I'm already logged in with a different account. We have a camping event with a nice picture of a tent and a mountain in Friaul. We already have some participants here. We have some expenses. Everyone has to pay 110 euros for now, but let's say I forgot to add Samuel, for example, because he was also there. Then the data updates, we now have 5 participants. Everyone has to pay 88 euros. Samuel has also his own column here in the bar chart. This bar chart is made with the Chart.js library. And down here, you can see the result. This algorithm was actually the most challenging part for me, but I really enjoyed creating it. And I'm really excited that I can show it to you now. And down here, you can see the email form. I built this with NodeMailer, and I used the Gmail API. And as authorization, I used Open Authorization 2 protocol. And as you can see here, there's already an email and a text in there because of time reasons. And when we click on send email, apparently the email was sent successfully. Let's check. Ah, yeah, I received a new email here with the results from the event. Yeah, now we did everything we can. We just have to wait for our friends to pay us back. And with that, I want to thank you very much for your attention. And please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. And yeah, I'm handing back to Antje now. Stop share.
Awesome, Flo. I also can see that you implemented my advice, getting rid of 125 unread messages in your inbox until today. Good job. So he's also a very fast worker, and he is also good in taking feedback. That's also something you need to know. Okay, just joking. Amazing project. And yeah, actually, if you want to spend all this money and then making sure that everyone is treated in a fair manner, then you first have to earn the money or save up for your trip, for your holiday, or for your dinner. And someone who thought of how to do that and how to have a better overview of your finances is Anastasia. And I'm really excited to see her application today. Stage is yours, Anastasia.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I will share my screen. So hello, I'm Anastasia. I have a master in applied physics and an engineering degree in material science. And then before the bootcamp, I worked a few years as an engineer in the semiconductor industry in Vienna. But now let's talk about my app. So it is called Raku Easy Money Management, and it was built with these following technologies here. So it's a money management app on which the users can record their expenses, and they can set budgets and also review their spendings. And users can also set monthly reminders to pay their bills. So let's look at the deployed version here. So let's log in. I created already a user for us. So we are redirected to our overview, where we have charts created with the library chart.js with the information coming from the database. So here we have our monthly overview, but we can also have a look at the last 12 months. We can look at our progress from our budget, and the color will change depending on how close we get to our budget. And we can also have a look at our expenses per categories. Now let's check out how to manage our categories. So here we have our categories with their budgets, and we can add another one. So let's say we want to add sport, and we want to spend a budget of 100 euros per month for that. But we can also rename our categories or change the budget. For example, health, we think maybe 100 is not enough. So let's say 150. We can change the name, the budget, or both at the same time. And we can also check out our expenses. So here we have our latest 10 expenses. We can also add an expense. So let's say yesterday we spent 20 euros at Billa. We can also, so it was food. And maybe if we were traveling, we can also add another currency. So for example, we were traveling to China. So we spent for bus tickets 10 yuan. Here we would put that in travel, and that would be so, and that's get automatically converted thanks to the exchange rate API, where we get the daily exchange rate. So we could also delete an expense. For that, we will search through the expenses with a name, category, or date, or any combination of this. For example, let's look at what we spent for food on the 4th of April, and let's delete one of these expenses, and we see it get updated here. Now let's take a look at our budget. So here is a total budget, and here are all our single categories, and the color again depending on how close we are to our budget. Now another thing I want to show you is that this app is a progressive web app, which means it can be installed on a mobile phone, as you can see here. So we will go on the deployed version on the phone, we can install it, and we will have it on our screen. Like this, we can then open it, and it's fully responsive. And I will show you one last feature on this app, is that you can send email reminders to pay your bills. So we will have a look at that now. So here we will look at our reminders we already have, and we can add another one. So let's say we want to be reminded to pay your parking bill on the 27th of each month of 65 euros. So we will add it, we will add the reminder. We will see it to be it's added on the list, and now we will receive an email. Okay, it has been added. We have a confirmation email, and now we will get every month an email reminding us to pay this bill. And this was done using NodeMailer as well as our Gmail API and the Node Cron library to schedule the email to be sent once a month. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoy the presentation, and I'll be very happy to talk with you soon.
Awesome. Really good. Really nice graph animations, also looking amazing. Thank you for your presentation. Yes, we're heading strong onwards to the middle of the whole presentations. Next person up is someone with a very a completely different background, which is probably true for everyone. Like no one really has so much upfront experience, but that's the cool thing about bootcamp graduates, right? You don't only get a developer with the tech skills, but you also get a person with lots of accompanying skills, complementing skills, and this is especially true for example, Mani. As we call her, Mandan Kazzazi, the next presenter up, is actually doing the bootcamp, you know, just as the thing on the side, because she's also working in a postdoc position at the WU and doing a great job handling both successfully. Really, really excited to see your project, and handing over to you, Mani.
Thank you, Auntie. I'll just share my screen. So, okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Mandan, and I have an interdisciplinary background in data analysis, statistics, and user-based research. I am currently doing a postdoc on web science at the Vienna University of Economy and Business. Due to my interest in applied work in real-world setup, I shifted my interest in UX design, and I decided to join UpLeveled to deepen my prior knowledge and also expand my expertise. My application is called Moody Me. It is a mood tracker / mood changer web app that helps users to track their mood on a daily basis and throughout the year. It also provides them with a set of science-based suggestions to better their mood. I built the app. To build the app, I used Figma for prototyping and GraphQL to draw my database. I built the app using PWA, TypeScript, Next.js, PostgreSQL, and Emotion for the CSS. I also used SuperQ and NPS questionnaire for UX testing, and the overall satisfaction for the app was over 80%. You can find the data infographic illustrating the test results on my GitHub page. Okay, so this is actually my application, and it is how it looks like, for example, in iPhone 11. So this is actually the login, registration, and privacy page. I have already created a user, so I enter email and password, and I log in. When the user log in, they will be directed to the mood page. As you can see, there are 4 different moods, including happy, sad, stressed, and angry. And by clicking on each mood, the background color changes. So for example, for now, I'm going for the stressed options. Of course, I am in the middle of the presentation. I am a little bit stressed. So the users also have the option to add a note about their mood, how they feel, or what they think, and they can save actually the notes together with the mood, and they will be directed to the next page. This is the suggestion page. Each mood has its own suggestion page, and it includes 6 different options to help the user to feel better. And by clicking on each suggestion, there is a very short summary, including some scientific facts or general information about each option and how they can help the user to feel better. Each user also has a personal profile page. When they log in, their name appears at the top of the page, and by clicking on their name, they can go to their profile page. So, and at the profile page, at the top, there's a calendar showing different dates, for example, 3rd of April, and the user, there's a list and including the date, mood, and the notes that they have already saved. They also can see all the data, like they can see whatever they have saved so far, and there is a list for them. And each one of these entries is separated by a specific color associated with that specific mood. I'm almost done. That's it. And they can also choose actually the data based on actually separate moods. Yes, that is all. Thank you very much. I just stopped sharing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mani. Looking amazing. I also like that you were stressed because of the presentation, but the suggestion is take a shower. This is good. So now you're off the hook. You can take a shower. That's good. If that's what
sure, I will. Thank you.
No, it was amazing. Really, really, really cool. Thanks a lot for that. And obviously, just joking here. Yeah. Another thing that's really awesome, like we are very happy about all the great people joining us. Like a couple of people have already mentioned that they like really happy that they found UpLeveled. We are actually really happy that we found them, because we have such a great cohort here. Like all the other cohorts, we love all our cohorts, but this is like the best January 2022 cohort we ever had. And the next person, we're especially proud because everyone wants to go to Australia and like live in Australia and so on. But this person went to Australia and came back and joined us, which is something that probably a lot of people can't understand. But here we go. Manuel is with us in Vienna and built an amazing app that he's about to show now.
Thank you, Antje. So I will start to share my screen. So hello, everyone. So my name is Manuel, and I'm 39 years old. I'm originally from France, and I've been living in Vienna for 7 years now. I do have a background in business management in sports, and also in tourism and hospitality management between Australia and Austria that I was working. So let's jump directly into my app. So my app, it's Vienna Kids Club. It's a web application where you can match parents looking for activities for their kids with clubs all around Vienna. So the wireframing was done with Figma, the GraphQL for the database schema, and the web app was built with Next.js, Node.js, JavaScript, TypeScript, PostgreSQL, GitHub, and Heroku for the deployment. So we can jump right into the application now. So we need to log in to have access of all of the activities. So let's say we have Mary, so she needs to register through this register form to have access to everything from the website. And then she can browse through all of the different activities that are offered through the website. It goes from art to music to sports, dancing, and even a little bit of cooking, but she will go for crafting now. So all the clubs informations are fetched from the database and using Postgres, and you can also have all of the clubs information, which are also fetched from the database that the clubs needs to provide during their registration process. And when she is happy with what she sees, she can directly contact them through this email form, which is made with NodeMailer and using the Gmail API. And then she can send it. She will receive a confirmation that it was sent. And let's assume that I am the club manager. So on my side, I will just receive an email that someone is interested in what I'm offering, and the club manager can already take everything from there. So that would be it for me. So thanks everyone for your attention, and hopefully we can talk soon, and I will get it back to Antje.
Awesome, Manuel. I think you forgot to mention that you can also cook, right? You've been a chef.
Yeah, true. I've been a chef, yes.
Yeah, don't leave out the important stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you can see, there's so much more always to learn about each and every one of our participants, because they can only show a little bit in this very short period of time. And so we're about to head over to the next person quickly. And this is Martha. And Martha is the one who is paying attention to detail and asking all the questions, all the important and relevant questions always in every session that all the other people then realize they should have asked too. So if you're looking for a person who pays attention to detail and is exactly doing that for your team, then Martha might be the right choice for you. I'm looking forward to her presentation. It's a very awesome application. Have fun with that.
Okay, I will start. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna start the screen sharing. So can you see my screen? Perfect. So, hi, my name is Martha. I am located in Vienna. I have lived in Vienna for over 20 years. I have studied psychology at the University of Vienna and worked mainly in HR positions. That's why my final project is also related to HR. So my idea was to code a pre-onboarding web app, so where people from HR and new hires can have an account, set up a profile, upload and provide information which is necessary before the employment starts. Before we take a closer look, I would like to show you the technologies I used. So I used CSS and with Emotion for the styling, Figma for wireframing. The whole app is deployed on Heroku. I use Next.js for the front end, Node.js for the back end, and PostgreSQL for the database, and of course, HTML, JavaScript, and TypeScript. So now let's have a look. So there are two main users, HR and new hires. So before you start, someone from HR has to create an account, which I have already done. So we're going straight to log in. I'm going to use a test user, which is Jane Doe, type in the password. And here you can see the landing page. You have different options like your personal details that you can provide, a dashboard, and also the possibility to add a new joiner. Let's go to the dashboard. You can see we have 2 upcoming new joiners. Let's add another one. So if you want to register a new joiner, you have to provide a first name, last name, username, and also set the password and create the account. You have also the possibility to add some offer details, like team is going to start in July. You can add the job title, the annual salary, and you have also the possibility to upload a contract. So there you go, and open and save it. If you have more people which are going to join, you can do it right away. Let's head over to the dashboard. So you can see now Timmy is on the dashboard, and there's also the possibility to delete people. Let's say someone declined the offer. So now we're going to choose the user. We would like to see now how Team sees the app. So he has also a landing page and different options. When we go to the contract, you can see here are all the offer details, and you have also the possibility to read the offer. Let's go to documents. In this section, I want that the user or the new hire can fill out all this necessary important information like social security number, the address, emergency contact. So the person can fill it out online. You don't need to send any hard copies. Exactly. And the emergency contact, let's fill out Peter Parker and the phone number. And at the end, there's also the possibility to review all of the information and to edit the information. And the user or the new hire has also the possibility to upload a personal image and edit and log out. So that's it from my side. I hope you liked it and hope to get in contact if you want to discuss more about the project. Back to you, Antje.
Awesome. Great work there. Awesome. Really, really, really cool, Martha. I think you mentioned all the technologies. One thing I want to mention, it's vanilla CSS. Like you didn't use any framework for the styling, and that's really impressive. So I thought I'd mention that again. Awesome. Yeah, the next person, I have a funny story because before we actually met the next person presenting, I read this one story on Twitter that one of these famous tech people always tweeting on Twitter was sharing that they had a look at the knitting patterns of their grandma, you know, when they were like knitting with wool at home, and they had a look at the knitting patterns and they were like, holy shit, my grandma is a programmer because this stuff looks like you code. And I heard that, and right the next day I got to know Charmaine Garcia, who's about to present next, and she's into knitting heavily and she's really good at this. And I was like, if you can knit, you can probably also code. So we were like, let's try to prove this. And I can now share with you, it's true. She is a good programmer, and really happy to see her final project now. Over to you, Ming.
Thanks for the nice introduction, Antje. Here, I will just play my presentation. So hi, everyone. My name is Charmaine Garcia. I've studied fashion design at Modekolleg Herbststraße. After graduating, I worked as a visual merchandiser, and then I joined a bootcamp. I'm very interested to learn more about UX and UI design, and also more about front-end technologies. And yeah, during the lockdown, I got really into knitting, which leads me right to my project. It's called Knit Together. It's a social media platform for knitting enthusiasts like me to share pictures of projects and give detailed information. I did my layout and mood board on Figma, and my my database schema on GraphQL. Technologies I used are Next.js with the help of TypeScript and JavaScript. My database is on PostgreSQL. I designed it with Emotion. I also used a Cloudinary API for my uploading functions. My repo is GitHub, and everything is deployed on Heroku. Now I will go to I prepared a little video. Just a simple registration page. You can choose a picture, a profile picture, and also add a bio to your profile. Yeah, since I already have an account, I will just simply log in with my user information. And when I log in, I will be greeted with a hi bestie. And if you go down there, you can see other people's posts, but we will go to that part later. I will share my profile first. So here you can see my profile and my posts that I uploaded prior. And if I want to upload something, I can click upload or press the button. And now I will upload a project with you. So here's something I need. And I will add a title, description, and a needle size, and the yarn name I used to make this project. And when I upload, it will be shown on my profile. And if I click on it, you can see the detailed information that I put in. And if I wanted to delete this post, I just simply hit the trash can. And now it's gone. And yeah, now I will go to the deployed version. So here is the homepage again. And if I wanted to go to a post, let's say here, Cable Vest by Lola, I can view her post. And down here, I have this love letter section. And you might wonder why I didn't add a like function to a social media platform. It's simply because I see them as a bit toxic, and that's why I settled for love letters or comments instead to like spread positivity and words of encouragement. So I could add a comment here now. But yeah, if I wanted to view Lola's profile, I would go here, and now I'm on her page and I can see her uploads. That's basically it. I hope you connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm handing over to Antje.
Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. I think you found a couple of first joiners for your platform in the chat. And this is also to everyone except the UpLeveled people in the session today. This is your call to check out the students' other projects, because Ming also had another knitting related project during the course of the bootcamp that was dealing with yarn. And anyone with a little bit of tech knowledge about how we're using yarn in the bootcamp will know that this is just meant for puns all over the place. So there's lots of fun there. So just a quick reminder, the final projects that you see today are only the most complex ones. There are lots of other projects in people's profiles and GitHub. So check that out. Yeah, what you need to survive the bootcamp, and we were talking about surviving in the beginning, is a lot of stamina and persistence, because this is not an easy program. This is also why we need the puns. This is also why we need to have some fun. And especially if you're struggling a little bit in the beginning, if maybe it turns out to be a little harder than you expected, and I can assure you this is true for everyone in the course at some point. At least it is really showing what wood you're cut out of when you're actually managing to overcome these situations and come up with a really amazing and impressive project in the end. One of these people is Stefan, and I'm really happy that he is showing such a great project today. Over to you, Stefan.
Thank you for the handover, Antje. Now, before we start, I just wanted to say these past three months have been such a blast. I had so much fun, especially with the final project. It was just so much fun for me. So I'm 28 years old. I'm half Austrian, half Taiwanese. Yes, I am Asian. You can't see that, but trust me, I'm Asian. I lived in Tokyo, Japan for 7 years. I graduated law school here in university last year, actually. And my previous work experience has been in the legal department at Astor Group and Deloitte. So what is my final project? It's called Friendify, the platform to find friends and make new memories. So basically, you can register as a user or a user plus experience provider. And the experience provider can then say what kind of activities he wants to do with a user. But I will show you later. So what technologies did I use? I used React Native, so it's a mobile application. I used Next.js for the API routes and Postgres as a database, Heroku for the deployment of the backend, and Expo application services for the front end. So I have also prepared a short video, so you can either sign up and either you want to be an experience provider or just a user. You can click here. I already have an account, so just sign in. And on the homepage, you can only see the experience providers. So let's scroll through if there's anything interesting. Let's see, anything interesting. Richard is an experience provider. Let's go to his page. 4 stars, pretty good. Although he doesn't have any time slots. So let's look at the other ones. Flo, he's a big fan of football. So let's book him. Yes, he has 3 time slots. Perfect. Another one, maybe Kati, 4 stars. Perfect. Adventures in the Jungle. Perfect. Let's book her too. Another one, maybe. No. Okay. Now calendar, I will have to book my time slots because I'm also an experience provider. So other people can look at my free time slots and book me. You have a search function. You can search for other people. Yes. And then you can go to my profile. You can change if you want to be a user only or a provider, then you can see the stars. If you're a provider, you can change your description on what you want to do. So now I want to provide a basketball game next week, maybe. So let's save the information, log out, log in with another person. Then he can see on my profile page how many stars I have and what kind of experience I provide. The reason why I'm showing you this is because on my profile page, you can then see that the people who booked me, this is then displayed as red, as in a red color on my page. And if I booked Other people, it is then displayed as blue. And the reason is because if I booked somebody else, logically, I can rate them. But if other people booked me, they can't. I can't rate them. So if you see yes, I will click on the red one. It doesn't work. If I click on the blue, I can submit a rating, and then you could see it on their profile page. So that is, yeah, then I can log out again. That is basically it from my side. I just had so much fun with this project and React Native, even though it was pretty tough in the beginning. Thank you very much for your attention. I will hand back to Antje.
Great job. Thank you so much. And as you can see, it can be quite challenging to show so many features and such a complex application in such a short period of time. I also mentioned that people get anxiety from the battery status, but we know now that it all worked out in the end, and we're fine. So it's all good. People are used to this feeling now after the bootcamp. So this is also they're very resistant, right? They can handle stress levels of any kind. All right, we'll try to be faster. I have to be faster a little bit so we have enough attention and audience for all the people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more coming up with amazing projects. The next one, and there was this question in the chat earlier, are we a remote or an in-person bootcamp? We're both. We're doing both, and the next person has actually participated almost in full from beautiful Tyrol, and has handled lots of other responsibilities and work alongside the bootcamp. So basically doing it in half of the time than anyone else. Really impressive job, and I'm handing over to Ngozi.
Ngozi, make sure your mic is on because we can hear you.
Sorry for that. Yeah. So I have to share my screen. Yeah, I can see my screen. So welcome to my presentation. So this is me. I'm Ngozi Okafor. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm resident here in Austria. Actually, I've been in Austria for the past 9 years. I'm currently a master's student in the University of Innsbruck. And for some years, I worked as a public relations officer, and I taught English also in Austria here to students between the ages of 6 years to 12 years. Then let's jump into my, the technologies that I used for the project. So I used, the project was built in Next.js. Then I used Bootstrap CSS for my designs. Then for the database, I use Postgres for my database. So that is my web app. So this is called Academic Pulse. So I'm inspired to do this because my parents then they are now retired, they were school directors. So they had lots of questions about how do I search for universities, where do I go if I want to go abroad, if I want to study in Europe, if I want to study in America, how do I search for the universities? So this became constant questions for my father then. So I got inspired. Yeah, maybe I'll do something about that sometime in future. And thank you for UpLeveled giving me this opportunity to share this with you. So here you have the search. So I can go there and search for a school here. So you have the Marywood University in America. So I can go here and view the school. So this is from I get the universities from the external API, which is in my database. Then I can go back to my page. So then you can search if you want to see schools in Austria. You can go here, then you can click here Then there are 45 schools. Then you can go to any of the schools you want. So from my web application, you can go to and visit websites, school websites. So you can also go back to my web page if you wish to. Then you have some other things that you can do. You also have some universities displayed here. You can go there. You have some universities here, which you can also go to. Then I go back to the home page. Then I can sign in because I have some things that I can do when I'm signed in. So let me sign in. And I'm logged in. I can do some things. But when you are not logged in, you can also do some things like viewing the school websites. Then so, okay. Okay. So 2014. Yeah. So it takes me back to the home. Then I can come here. Then I can go to favorites. Then I don't want to answer Ngozi any longer. So I can just add N or whatever to my name. Let me add R and I. Then I can save the changes. Then I'm now this. So here you cannot edit your name. That is what the profile page is for. Then you have another fantastic feature here. You have the favorite. So you can visit the favorites only when you are logged in. So you can, let me just add some schools in the favorite. Then I can go here to view that or view them. So there are here. So I can, if I don't want them, then I can click, then I've deleted all. So I go back to the home page. So you can equally search from here. You search, yeah, I can search Innsbruck. Yeah, these are schools in Innsbruck. This is University Innsbruck. So you can go to their website and see whichever thing you want to do there. Then go back to the web application. Then, yeah.
Thank you, Ngozi.
So, logged out.
Awesome.
So this is the registration page in case you want to register. This is for the registration. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for coming. And I also want to thank UpLevel for the opportunity they gave to me to have this wonderful time because I really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ngozi. We also had a blast having you. I will really miss your hello in the morning. That was always my wake-up call. All right, but we need to be fast because we're time's almost up, and we want to make sure that please stay with us until the last person because they all deserve the applause and your attention because there's some great projects coming up. Trying to be fast here. There's lots I could say about Olivera, but actually we'd like to be a bit faster. I said that we have multiple different backgrounds, which is also true for Olivera, who's up next presenting, but she also has a business informatics background. So some of the backgrounds are actually very, very related and closer to what you're looking for than you might guess. But she's probably going to share soon more about why she's here and what she built. And I'm really looking forward to that. Handing over to you, Olivera.
Thanks. So hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen real quickly. So sorry for that. So welcome to my presentation. I'm Olivera. I'm originally coming from Macedonia. I came to Vienna 4 years ago to do my master's studies at Univin in business informatics. I'm passionate about building practical web apps with great user experiences. So I needed some hands-on experience. That's why I joined UpLeveled Bootcamp, because I wanted to learn new technologies and build also beautiful projects. So the project that I built is built with these following technologies. So for the front end, I use Next.js, TypeScript, and JavaScript. For the backend, Node.js with PostgreSQL as a database. And for the animations and styling, I use Framer, Motion, Semantic UI, Tailwind CSS, and just pure CSS. And also the application is deployed on Heroku. So let me show you now how the application looks like and tell you more about it. So the application is called Student for Student. The idea to build this application came from the fact that I had troubles when I came to study here in Vienna. I had troubles finding information. So I wished myself to have only one place where I can go and I can just search for everything that I need. And that's how the idea came to life. So yeah, I'll play a short video. So this is Student for Students, where students can share their knowledge, experiences, and help each other. It's built for two parts. One part is where I can see, for example, information like I need a student insurance, and I can go and read about it, what documentation I need to apply for it. And also I can see the official link for the page. Another part of the app is that I can read the posts that other students share. For example, I'm interested in foundation of data analysis. I can search for it. And I can see that the topic is in business informatics and is written by Olivera. I can read the post. I can also see others people comments. I can, Martina already wrote something. She will write another comment saying that's amazing post. Another functionality is that we can create new posts. Let's say Martina wants to create about databank system and share her experience. She can also write the topic of the subject, like in which department it belongs. She can choose an image. I use Cloudinary for uploading the images. And then we can see the post along the other posts. So I just realized I made a typo, so I can just edit, write a small a, I can save it. I can also delete the post if I would like to. Yeah. So mostly that's about it. Thank you for attention. Please feel free to ask any questions if you have. You can contact me through the Fusion platform. You can find my contacts there. And yeah, I'm heading back to Antje.
Great job, Olivera, and thank you very much for mentioning the Fusion platform again. So if you have to leave, and I don't hope you have to leave, but if someone has to leave, you will find all the amazing projects on Fusion. We will also share the recording of this of these presentations with you shortly. But there are some really nice projects coming up of people who found their true passion in what they're doing in the bootcamp and what they build in their final projects. And without further ado, in order to save time, I'm handing over to Richard, who's exactly one of those people.
Thank you, Jantia. So my name is Richard Korn, and I'm an Australian-born, Austrian-trained chef and content photographer turned full-stack developer. Yes, it's not scrolling down. You guys are seeing the bottom screen, I'm guessing. Okay. There we go. With over a decade of experience in the culinary industry and photography, I picked up an eye for subject arrangement and fine detail, which I apply to my work. I'm really passionate about making the user experience flow smoothly and react efficiently, bringing things into alignment. And ever since joining UpLeveled, I've discovered that I approach my coding analytically and source my solutions collaboratively with other team members, discussing and iterating ideas to get further in my project. And believe me, I needed to, but it was fun discovering that side of myself. So my final project is named Ditto, deployed here on Heroku. It is a lovely little word editor, which you can use to write beautiful stories or just take notes with, because sometimes I come up with weird stories and I just want to jot them down. So Ditto's design was primarily inspired by Calmly Rider. You may know it. It was wireframed in Figma, and Figma is awesome for streamlining the process of importing CSS rules into Emotion and become really frighteningly powerful when you combine it with JavaScript. The editor itself uses the Markdown Slate library, which is primarily built for React, and it was a fun challenge to refactor it into the Next.js framework, which is what my project was built in. Like you can see here, so all of the text here is editable, and it includes a number of little options, including, you can toggle whether something is bold or not, or if it's even a little code block. And here the sidebar, for instance, holds a real-time updated list of all of the words that have been repeated in the document, hence the word ditto, because the idea is that people using the service might like to be able to see how many words that they are repeating in their stories. Other options include a really nice smooth width and font size adjuster, because maybe you just might like to make it a little bit smaller or bigger. So a little bit of accessibility and sort of just nice smooth workflow there. A PostgreSQL database, PostgreSQL database stores documents for users where they can register, log in, and save the document process. So I'll just log in right now. Okay, so you can see here I have a number of other documents that are still here, and they all load up pretty much instantaneously. Even this intro here was also saved a little moment ago. And if we want, we can get rid of, for instance, our to-do list. We can delete that, and it still shows up just in case you might need it. But otherwise, it's now gone. So it's now deleted. Other little options to improve this project might be to add a little confirmation pop-up in case you really do or don't want to delete the document. Otherwise, all the communication between the front and the back end was handled with a RESTful API. But also, if you just want to type and not register, you can, we'll just log out here so we are not logged in. It will save all your progress. So let's just make a couple of differences to this main page. We'll restart the page, and you can see here that it is now just, there it goes. It's all gone. It still shows from a little momentary moment the original template that is there. So I will keep working on Ditto. This is a bit of a growth project, a bit of a pet project. I'll add features such as a thesaurus to maybe suggest alternate words as you type. And I will hand now back to Antje. So it's been a pleasure to work to do this this course at UpLeveled, and I thank everyone.
Awesome. We thank you, Richard. Really cool. Very nice design also, I have to add. Thank you a lot for your presentation. We'll be fast and handing over to the next person, who is actually a prime example for the mindset of continuous learning that all of our participants have soaked up, but this person especially. Really happy to present Radu, and the stage is yours.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you, Antje. Yeah, so my name is Radu. I'm in Austria since 2004. And in the past, I was working the same as a web developer, but with old stacks like PHP, jQuery, Vanilla, JS. I was stepping in frameworks like Laravel and Vue.js. And that's why today I would like to get future education from UpLeveled, to work, to say like that, by the book, respecting all the standards, and to move forward to a state-of-the-art stack with React, Next.js, and Node.js for moving forward to the new Web3 stream. So probably I will start to share my screen. And I hope you can hear me. I'm using test-driven development. And for this, my work is almost error-free. I test and validate my projects for code quality, code security, end-to-end integration tests, and also accessibility tests. My project can be automated, deployed on multiple cloud environments like Heroku, Vercel, Netlify from GitHub. with a scoring of 100% for performance, accessibility, best practices, search engine optimization, and a progressive web app, which can be installed as a desktop application. I can say I have a solid foundation for an application which can communicate with multiple microservices like GraphQL and REST APIs. My project is about easy food order and delivery near you by using a drone, collecting the geolocations from the user device, from the GPS sensor. The user location and restaurants are displayed on a custom map. The project, it was built using Next.js, Node.js, Apollo GraphQL client and server. The responsive layout, it was just made with plain CSS, really. I didn't want to use a framework for the layout. When user push the location, a list of the restaurants will be retrieved from the GraphQL endpoint, and it will calculate the distance from the user to the restaurant. The user management, login, registration, roles, permissions are made using REST API, communicating with a PostgreSQL database. Management of the restaurants, it's made through Apollo GraphQL client and server. I was choosing this approach to demonstrate that a single web application can communicate with multiple endpoints. When a user logs in, he has the possibility to search for any restaurant. And he can go to the restaurant page where he has the possibility to edit any kind of details about the restaurant. The application is running well on and also on mobile devices because it's having the responsive layout, and the images and forms are resizing properly. Yeah, I would like to thank you for watching my project, and I want to thank you, all of you, for your time, and I'm waiting to be contacted through LinkedIn or my personal digital space on radu.at. Wish you a good day, and I pass everything to Auntie.
Thank you, Radu. Lots of confetti there. Great performance. I love the confetti.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Please stop the screen sharing so that we can move over to the next person.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, always I forgot the.
No worries, no worries. It's all good. But we don't have any time left, and we have two more people with amazing backgrounds and amazing projects. And the next person is actually quite interesting because we have that in every cohort, that we have people who are just looking to get a good understanding and trying to do a better job in what they actually already bring to the table with their expertise, and they want to up level in the literal meaning of the word. And this is exactly what Matthias did. Happy to hand over to you, Matthias.
Thank you, Antje, for this nice introduction. Yes, my name is Matthias. I'm 34 years old, born and raised in Vorarlberg. Hi to Tova, I know you. I'm dual citizen, half Austrian, half US American. I have educational background in sociology, studying in Innsbruck and Vienna. Right now I'm in Vienna for the last, I think, 10-ish years. At one point you stop counting the semesters, counting the Silvesters. Still, at one point I stopped that part. I have a professional background in B2B sales, basically covered everything from business development to sales management, account executive, and partnership management. And at one point, I wanted to become a product manager. So my former employer told me, you are lacking some skills, some tech skills. And that's why I decided to join UpLevel, because I thought, well, if I'm missing some skills, I can learn them at one point. That was my reason I joined UpLevel. So please let me show you my last 6 weeks, basically. When we started the final project, I decided to go back to day one, meaning what is Node.js? What is all this crappy web development thing is? I decided to do that on my way. So really hop back, watch every recorded session, and decided to say, hey, let's do something called a gamified homework application. I just want to make homework fun. Background of this, me living in a shared flat with a lot of students over a decade, I think. I know that homework is never fun, but it needs to be done. And at one point, you know, hell, mommy was doing all the things for me. Now I have to do it by myself, but no one wants to do it. I started with Figma and the wireframing. Don't worry, these were all just basic layout ideas, how it could look like. It should be some sort of a gamification, having like, what have I done? What should someone else is doing? Having like the overview of it, having, hey, who is player one, player two? Of course, you should rename this. Wireframe actually helped me a lot with thinking about my problems I would have, just as having, as you can see, I'm not really thinking about a nav bar. Never thought about that because it would just take too much place on the screen. So you can see it really did help me to hop which button leads to which page, what should be done where, as well as helping me with the data structure. The data structure I managed together with the UpLevel team, finding out which are the main tables, which informations do I need, where should they come from, where do they need to go. I could hop back to Figma again, telling you that I found out that the functionalities are not the problem, actually. But I need to have all those functionalities in different tables. I need the functionality on different pages. So that was what tricked me around a lot. I sort of managed to have the navigation, so you can hop through the project. You can find out where it is. Apparently, it's not deployed yet on the roadmap. Bring in the final functionalities, bring it all on the table and deploy it. I'm more than happy to hand back to the UpLevel team. Thanks a lot for your attention, and I hope you have a great day today.
Thank you, Matthias. Yeah, and obviously an application I would want to see in production at some point in time and deployed, because my kids need them desperately. They're still a bit young, but I think they can do chores already. And yeah, and I'm really, really happy. Thanks to everyone who has stayed with us. There's still lots of people in the Zoom session today, and I'm really happy that you're here with us cheering for our graduates. And it's actually good that you waited for a long time, because we have a first celebration, kind of like a little celebration with our last participant presenting, because he's using a couple of technologies that we have not seen so far in a final project, in a deployed version. And I'm really, really excited to hand over to, and Germans have to say that, last not least, Roland Rittchen and Danny, as we call him. Stage is yours, Danny.
Thank you, Antje, and wonderful story arc from Kimberley on the front end to me on the back end. just two screens. So who am I? I'm a traveler. I've been to 55.5 countries. I'm an adventurer, though probably not good at that because everybody tries to kill me. I'm an athlete, but most of all, I'm an engineer with 10 years of experience as senior mechanical design engineer and in project management. I have a passion for excellence and good processes, but since the automotive industry didn't have a great few years lately, I had to find a new place for myself and found a new passion in the IT. And I would love to be a backend engineer or full stack. I've also have interest for data science, AI, or DevOps. And to back my ones up, my final project is Swipe Fund. It's a day trading app for beginners who have a knack for betting, because every morning you receive a news flash from opinion leaders and information of how the markets performed the day before. With this information, you make your pick on how you believe the market will perform today. And with continued success, you'll level up and get additional options to play. And finally, you compete in the ranking. So look at the app. You can sign up, get an account with $1,000 of fictional currency. I'll just sign in here. Have a look at the user profile. Here you see me, level 1, 1,000 currency. Let's have a look at the ranking. And finally, let's have a look at the demo. The demo is playing through 5 days of how the app would work in real life. So you see here how the stocks did in the last days. You see the news. And finally, you have a slider to say what you believe the market will do today. I believe it will go up. And yay, I was right. It went up and my account grew by 5%. Let's do another day. I think it will go down. And surprise, I knew I was right because I've played this demo many times. Let's do it again and go up. And I have up-leveled to level 2. Level 2 gives me additional options because now I can't just say which direction the market will go. Now I can also put leverage on it from 1 time to up to 20 times. And let's see how that plays up. And I grew my account by 40%. Ta-da, that was the demo version. The app is built in React Native with a GraphQL database on Postgres. The front end is deployed on F-Droid. The back end is in a Docker container on a Kubernetes cluster on Microsoft Azure. And if my presentation got you curious, check me out on LinkedIn or GitHub. And with that, I say thanks and back to Antje.
Thank you so much. And I have another button that I haven't used today. Because that was it. That was graduate number 18, and we're super, super, super happy for everyone who stayed around. And we couldn't be more proud of all the people presenting today because your outcomes are just amazing. You have been a really amazing, very, very supportive group and cohort, and we've had a blast with you guys and girls. And we're gonna have more fun over on my Zoom after this session closes, which is now the point in time that we have to say goodbye to the amazing people that watched today and have been celebrating with us. So everyone, IT recruiters, HR people, developers, CTOs, whoever is currently still watching and would like to get in touch. To everyone who's watching the recording later on, if you want to get in touch with these people, you will find their contacts and their profile on our UpLeveled Fusion platform. The address is fusion.upleveled.io. And we would like to get in touch with you if you have any requests about UpLeveled, what we're doing. We're providing lots of awesome teaching. There's the Web Development Bootcamp for finding great people for your team, but also for educating your own colleagues and employees. There's also the UpLeveled Tech Fundamentals and Data Science evening courses if you're interested in those. But most of all, we want to thank you for participating today and for being an amazing audience. Yes. That's it. We're looking forward to hearing all the amazing onboarding stories when you're hiring our people. Thanks a lot again. Congratulations to everyone. And we will now celebrate the success of our graduates over on my Zoom. People know where that is. And looking forward to see everyone else soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.